Hello guys, so this is Diviner and I'm back with a new video. And as I was getting a lot of DMs like how we can host a CTF and how we can set up the CTFd platform and like how we can just do things, and as this was as I also like recently we have hosted that noob CTF 0x1, so it was our first CTF and we hosted that me and my team. And so I just got something from that, and I just learned like how we can just do things. And so I will just show you like how you can arrange a CTF as small CTF, or you can just can go for a big CTF with such good resource. And it is completely like CTFD is completely free. Don't fall in that like it is paid or kind of something like that, because you can just see its GitHub repository here, and it is open source, so it is free, completely free, so you can use it. And I personally I don't recommend this because it is buggy, because we just recently used this, but and we faced a lot of problems. And just I just don't want to say all those things, but I'll just show you like and at the moment we don't have that don't have any alternative to like in comparison to CTFD. I'm not hating CTFD or something like that. It will be biased, or but I love the like I love the interface and all. I just it just did a great like we were doing things, and we suffered a lot. And like maybe it is somewhere we did a mistake, but till now you can use it, so there's no issue. Okay, so I'll just start with I'll just install this CTFD in DigitalOcean for now, because in DigitalOcean you will get, if you sign up in DigitalOcean for the first time, and they will ask you the like things like Aadhaar card and your identity. So you just need to provide that those things, and they will charge you 350 rupees, and they will return that particular amount in your account. That will be refunded within 5 to 6 days maximum, or maximum 15 days maybe. But I got within a week, so for me it was 15 for a week. It was a week, and you can just they'll just return within 15 days. So that was confirmed. So once you are logged in, and you will get this interface, and here you will see that one you are getting an option to get started with a droplet. So to host a CTF, you just need to create a droplet, and like I'll just start now. So I'm just creating a droplet here, and once you are done with the droplet, and you will be given a particular option like here distribution. So you can choose any of these kind of things. You can choose versions also. So I'll just go with the default version, that is 1 to 18.4, because it is more stable. And these are some plans, like these are some free plans, like you get $100, and you'll just use those particular amount to you get it for one particular year, and you can use it within that 1 year. So if you go back, and you have all those plans, and this is 1 GB 1 CPU 25 GB SSD, this cost $5 per month. And the maximum was 80 dollar per month, and that is 16 GB 6 CPUs 320 GB SSD. So so this was the thing. For now I'll just use this particular, because I'm showing a little bit thing, and I don't have much credits here. You can check your credits here. I'll not show my credit. Fine, I'll just show you. And it is nothing like it. I have just $12, so I use those things. Okay, so here when you are creating a droplet, make sure you just choose this correct options, and choose the particular package that you want. And if you are doing a CTF for near about 500 to 600 users, so this plan is lot better. And this is great. Like this was you can run this CTF smoothly with this plan. 8 GB RAM is enough for that. So I'll just choose this particular RAM, or maybe this one only. And if you want to add volume, you can add the here volume too. I'll choose Bangalore, and here you will be asked to give a password, like create a root password to access droplet. Okay, so here you can provide SSH keys also, like you can just provide SSH keys from, like you can generate a public key, and you can provide it here, but I will go with this option. Like let's just make it TEST, or okay, so you must contain that must at least 8 characters long, must contain one uppercase, must contain one number. Okay, fine. So I'll just make it TEST. Okay, must contain. Okay, I have. Okay, test M E test me for. Okay, so this is my password. Okay, so I'll just copy it somewhere here. Sorry. Fine. You just don't use this password because after this video I'll be deleting this instance, so you can't access it. Okay, so I'll just rename it to test, and fine, we are good to go. Just create the droplet, and it will just take 2 to 3 seconds, and it will be ready for you. And once it is ready, we'll just go through things like how we can deploy it, and that's the thing you need to do. Okay, so it will just take some time, not more than 1 minute, but okay, it's fine. That is what it is taking. Fine. Okay, so it is done. It is almost done. Okay, so it is done. Fine. I'll just access it now. Like if you go to this particular instance, then you get a console option here. Okay, so just click the console option, and here you'll be asked to log in, and this is what your IP is. This is your IP version 4. This one is your particular IP, and you need to log in here. Like for I'm just root here. I'll log in with root and with this password. Okay, so fine. I'll just log in. Okay, so I can log in here too. Like I can log in from my host system too. Like here I will just type SSH root. Okay, I think it's not visible, and at the rate that IP that is given 206.189.131.83. Okay, so I'll be asked to provide password, so I'll just provide it, and okay, so now we're done. See, there is nothing, it is completely new. And if you do sysinfo, you'll get some. Okay, so that is not installed. Cool, so we don't need to install it, right? So once you are done with this and after logging in, you just need to run apt-get upgrade, update and upgrade. Okay, so it will just take some time, and it will do it for you. Once it is done, I'll just show you how you can do the next procedure. Now just do a upgrade. It will be asked for yes or no. You can just go for it. Okay, so this is done. Okay, so till that we'll just go to CTFd. This is the CTFd repository. I'll provide the GitHub link in my description below. So here you are given an option like how to install these things. So first of all, you just need to go to this deployment option, and here it says how you can install these particular things, right? So once you are done, first install Docker. Okay, so to install Docker, here is a given link. For this, I will just provide the link in description too. Go to Docker for Linux. Okay, so after that, if you as we are using this Ubuntu machine, so in this, in my case, I will use Ubuntu. If you have other machines, then you can use that also. Okay, so to uninstall old versions, you can just run this command, but I don't have any old versions, so I'll just use this as I've already done sudo apt-get upgrade. So I'll just copy and paste this particular command. Okay, so it is not done till yet, till now. Sorry for my bad English, I'm still learning. Okay, so this is done. Now I'll just copy and paste that particular command. Okay, so this will install it for me. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. Whatever is written, you just need to copy and paste it. Okay, okay, fine. So just copy, paste it. Fine. Now we are given this particular thing that is use the following command to set up the stable repository. Yes, we need to install the stable repository, so we'll just copy it and paste it here. Okay, so fine. Okay, so it is just pulling it and it will be installed for us. Okay, so now we just need to again sudo apt-get update, and then we need to do this particular thing to install docker c. Okay, so now it will be done for me. It will just, I don't think it will take time, maybe. Yeah, so it's done. It won't take much time. Okay, so just you can check those things, but check this particular thing, like if you want to download a particular instance or a particular version of docker, then you can check out this page, and they have given a detailed information about it. So for now, if I'll just run this to check if the installation is done properly. If it is running properly, then it would be uh, the installation is done properly. Okay, see, so it is saying hello from docker, so it is done. Fine, just clear the screen, and the next thing we need to do is docker compose. We need to install docker compose. Okay, so to install docker compose, we'll just go to linux part, and now we just need to run this particular command. Okay, so make sure I'll run that particular command. Okay, okay, so I think we missed something. Okay, so that is s. So done. So it will take some time, and it's done. Okay, now just do this particular give the permission. Okay, so as it is said, the thing that they have given us, we are doing that particular thing, the particular command. And to check out the version, or to check out the installation properly, then you can run that docker compose dash dash version. Okay, so here you will just get this particular link. You can pull it. See, it has two. You can install it in two ways. Okay, you can just uh, pull it from docker image. So I'll just show you how we can do that. But before that, I'll just show you how you can run this particular command. Okay, so you just need to pull the directory, pull the repository. It will clone that particular repository, github repository, and then you just need to go to that particular repository, and now you just need to run docker compose up. I think they need flash because I haven't used this particular thing before. This is the first time I'm doing, but you can. I use the like I just pulled that image from Docker, and I run that particular thing. So okay, so it is doing its job. Like it will work as it is. It will complete the requirement on everything. It will be this particular thing will be doing. Okay, so it will take some time to complete. Till that, I'll just pause the video, and I will just restart it again, or I will just, okay, let me just fast forward it because we are getting the feel. Okay, so fine. Okay, so we are done. Like now we just need to copy this address and we need to paste it. Okay, so see, here our CTFd is running. Okay, so you can just cancel that particular thing, and you are getting here request like I'm opening in Chrome, and this is what you can do. And here you can just type your name, like the CTF name, and you can just give team name or username, whatever you like. I'll just set it to default, and here you just need to specify the admin username. For now I'll just use the test@test.com. Okay, so this is also test. So so you can set your time and all. You can just do these particular things after login also, and once it is done, just finish it, and here it is started. Okay, so if you go to this admin panel, then you get this config panel here, and you can also see those things like here. You can just change those things, and you can customize your page also here, like theme header, theme footer, and everything. These are the pages you can add. Like here you are getting an index page that is default, and you can change here according to you. And this is what you need to do. These are the settings and all. You can just put your email, like for confirmation email, and here you can just put a time and when it is starting and when it is ending. And this is the thing. And one more important thing is, like I'll just make some challenges, like for test only. Test category will be something crypto. Okay, so this is a test. So okay, so I'll be just entering the value is 10. I'll create this. Okay, so flag is flag, no army is best. Okay, so you can choose files also, like what you need to upload and things, and you can visible it. For now I'll be visibling visible it. So once it is finished, then it will be shown here. Okay, so here, see. Fine, I just need to, I think I just configure the team. Okay, so I will just change it. Okay. Settings. Okay, so fine. Team size, okay. I'm not getting that particular setting, I think. Here it is. Okay, so this is team based. You can change it. Must You must reset your CTF and delete all accounts. Fine, I'll just create a team. It's okay. I'll just create a team. Test. So I created. So here is the challenge. Okay, so if you see, and one more thing I just want to show you, that if you are taking it backup, okay, so you can do it here also. And the easiest way, like the beginner way, is you can come here backup and you can export it. Okay, so here it will be uploaded. Okay, so it will be uploaded here, and once you are resetting it, I will reset it for now. I will delete everything, submission, challenges, pages, and all, notification. I will reset the CTF. Okay, so once it is reset, then it will ask you again like what you need to specify and all. And as it is the thing that you have already done. Okay, so this is what you have taken the backup of. I'll just create again. uh, it must not, I'll just make sure it is user mode. Okay, so now we just need to give an account. uh, gmail.com maybe. Okay, so test. So these are the thing, like if you change, you can customize this particular interface according to you. And once you are done, this is completely new for you. Okay, so once you are going, you are resetting it, or if you are setting your CTF to another server, then this is what you can do. Okay, just go to this and import that particular file that you have downloaded. Okay, this is what you need to import. Okay, now import it. Okay, so this will take time and it will import you everything, everything for you. So it is done. Like now you can log in with the username that you have already given before. Okay, so we just given test and test. So now see, it is done. Okay, now you can see this challenges also. This is available. Like if you comment, see here, see this is available. Okay, so this is how you just you can make a CTFd running on digital version. The same process applies with GCP also, and GCP, but in Google Cloud Platform. You just need to do one more thing. Like if you want to access like me in here only in my host system, then you just need to do one thing. You can add the SSH keys, and just let me know in the comment section if you want that also. So if it's possible, then I'll make a separate video for it. Now one more thing, like if you're confused about how this is running on background also, you can use screen command too. Like for now I have started it use directly. You can use screen command. You can check out, like you can use screen command and you, run it in background. And if you directly cancel it also, then this is not the thing that will disappear. Okay, so once you log in again, you just need to log in again using that particular password that is given. And now see, you can just check out Docker PS. So it will show you what are running. These are the processes that are running. Okay, so these are the things that are running. So here you can check if you want to kill that CTFd particularly, then you just need to copy this container ID, then Docker kill, and that is what you need to do. Okay, so for now I'll not do that. So this is what it is. Okay, so signing off. Thank you.